Hey guys, this time on TV Reviews, we're going to be looking at Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls was created by Alex Hirsch and originally aired between 2012 and 2016, originally airing on the Disney Channel before being moved over to Disney XD, where it finished up its two-season run. The story follows that of Mabel and Dipper Pines as they journey to the town of Gravity Falls, where they stay with their great-uncle, Grunkle Stan, but then they soon discover that Gravity Falls is much more than it seems, as they begin to discover many interesting and intriguing things about the town that delve into the supernatural. And so they get into many wacky adventures with their friends and learn more about this weird and mysterious town. Now, I'll be right up front with you guys. It's been over a decade since I last sat down and watched an animated TV show on TV because I just kind of grew out of it and just started moving on to watching more live action stuff and really put TV behind me for a while. And so I haven't really watched any of the great animated shows that have come out since then. I've been trying to delve into that by watching stuff like Star Wars Rebels and now this, and I've always been hearing great things about this, that it is one of the greatest animated shows of all time, and many people praise this show for its beautiful animation and its unique and intriguing story and great characters. And so I was really looking forward to sitting down and finally watching this, and now that I have Disney Plus and it's available on there, I decided why not sit down and just watch all of this, and I did just that and spent a couple weeks watching it, and I can absolutely say that this is a fantastic show, and I hate that I spent so many years just not paying attention to animation because I missed what is now one of my favorite animated shows of all time. My taste in animation has definitely evolved throughout the years, especially now when I'm there for something a little bit more meatier, something more meaningful, and Gravity Falls gave me exactly that, with fun, interesting, and funny characters that you can grow to absolutely love and adore, as well as telling unique and interesting stories that are both just lighthearted fun, extremely hilarious, or just really thought-provoking and extremely, like, maybe sometimes even horrific. There are some episodes in this that are extremely creepy and really reminded me of one of my favorite animated shows from back in the day, Courage the Cowardly Dog, which is another show I want to watch eventually sometime. But that said, I think Gravity Falls is a extremely great show that knows exactly what it needs to do by telling such a interesting and fun story. Now, Alex Hirsch created this show and based a lot of it off of his own life, and I thought that was so interesting. So really, when you're watching Dipper and Mabel on the show, you're really watching Alex and his sister, and I thought that was extremely sweet and really cool. And I just fell in love with the show as soon as it started. From the eerie and just catchy music from the theme song, which is one of my favorite just opening credit sequences for a TV show ever. I absolutely love it. From the beautiful animation. This animation looks really incredible, especially the backgrounds, which just look so luscious and clean, and I absolutely love looking at this show while I'm watching it. I mean, if that makes sense. But I also really just love the characters and the stories that Alex Hirsch and the writers have told here, because they can be extremely funny and thought-provoking all the same. I mean, I laughed a lot in this show. I wasn't expecting it to be as funny as it was, and it surprised me with its comedy, sometimes even pretty dark comedy that I really did enjoy. But yes, when I watch this show, I am definitely watching it for the characters and the interesting and unique stories that are going on. I love the characters of Mabel and Dipper and Seuss and Wendy, but the one that steals the show is the character of Grunkle Stan, played by Alex Hirsch himself, which is absolutely hilarious. This character is just a great, great character that will frustrate you, make you laugh, and you can honestly relate to him a little bit as well. I found myself really gravitating towards Grunkle Stan as the show went along. But yes, I thought this show did a great job of mixing comedy while also giving you a lot of feels throughout the show as you delve into characters throughout the show and really grow attached to them. Also, the villains of the show are absolutely fantastic. My favorite might be the character of Little Gideon. I think that character is just so funny, and the performance that is given him is so on point. It is hilarious. Every time I watch that character, I just love it when he's on screen. But also, I do love the character of Bill Cipher, who really gets into the show full front and center in the second season and really gets his time to shine. I absolutely love that character. And also, I loved little things in this show that reminded me of my favorite TV show of all time, Twin Peaks. I mean, there's little subtle things, and it's not trying to evoke Twin Peaks in any way, shape, or form, but it did remind me a lot of that show in particular, and anything that reminds me of Twin Peaks is already great in my book. But I thought this show did a great job of just really bringing you into this world and experiencing it for yourself with so many great characters and great stories to tell. I love the creature designs of many of the fantastical creatures that we meet along the way. I think they are both just beautifully drawn as well as beautifully animated and oftentimes pretty terrifying. There's one particular episode where Grunkle Stan falls in love with this woman who ends up being a spider lady, and it is terrifying, and also an extremely funny and just laugh out loud episode that I really did enjoy. And also, I was surprised by how much this finale really made me care for these characters, and when I had to say goodbye to them, it was really hard to say goodbye to them, as I had really grown to care and love these characters throughout its 2-season runtime. And I hate that it only lasted 2 seasons. I would have loved if there was just one more season to really cap off this show, but what we got was honestly absolutely fantastic. I love everything about this show. Now, it does have its share of problems. Now, sometimes the comedy just doesn't work very well for me. I mean, Seuss is a really funny character, and I think a lot of people absolutely love this character, but he isn't as funny as he is in, like, the second season. The first season, he takes a little bit of time to get used to. He has some really funny moments, but he's pretty hit or miss. And so is the comedy from time to time. And also, there are some annoyances later on in the show where they just kind of come up with things and don't really delve into them. One of my best friends really had a problem with this, especially with stuff that's introduced in the finale of the show, but none of that stuff really bothered me too much that took me away from enjoying this show, because I loved every second of this show, and I cannot wait to sit down and watch this show again and just enjoy being with these characters and this really strange and inventive world. I think Alex Hirsch did a great job with this series. I'm finally glad that I got to sit down and watch this, and now I completely understand the praise of this show. It is definitely one of the best animated shows that I have ever seen, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to give Gravity Falls an 8 out of 10. Well, guys, I want to thank you for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. And I say, if you have not seen Gravity Falls, if you have Disney Plus, I say sit down, watch it. I think you guys will absolutely enjoy it and absolutely love it. I'm finally glad I got to sit down and watch it. But also, if you've seen the show, what did you think about it? Tell me in the comment section below. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next review.